Hey there, gang. Hope this message finds you well. You know, the most challenging part about trying to establish a food forest in the Dallas-Fort Worth area is trying to find citrus that's cold hardy enough to be able to withstand our winters. Case in point, this is my improved Myers lemon tree. And every winter, I have to make sure to bring it into my sunroom slash plant room to protect it from our winters. Because it is cold hardy up to about 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and that is freezing. And the last couple of days, it's been about 32 to 35 degrees, give or take, every single morning. But that's because in my microclimate, I have an expansive tree canopy, in addition to a natural creek that runs behind my property that keeps temperatures about 5 degrees cooler than the rest of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, which can make it particularly challenging when trying to grow citrus. Or at least it was a challenge until I planted my Calamondin. Now, the Calamondin, or the calamansi, also sometimes referred to as the Philippine lime, is a small citrus tree that's native to the Philippines. But what makes this citrus tree extra neat is the fact that it has a cold tolerance anywhere between 15 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. A particular Calamondin tree was gifted to me from a friend, or so I thought. I had this whole video planned out to tell you everything there is to know about the Calamondin tree. But after further research, I realized something. This is not a Calamondin. First and foremost, I got this tree from a friend, my buddy Dwayne over at Urban Harvest. He and I, a couple of weeks ago, went out to Texas Tree Farms where he did a taste test on the Calamondin.
I've been hearing about the Calamondin. Finally found me one over here at Texas Tree Farm.
Since he had been growing this tree for 3 years, he actually wanted to taste the fruit of a Calamondin and see what it tastes like.
So I'm gonna try it. But that's a bitter orange.
And as you can see from this previous footage where we shot at Texas Tree Farms a couple of weeks ago, the foliage on the Calamondin tree looks stark different from what I have. But with that being said, if it's not a Calamondin, what is it? I know it to be a citrus tree. So what I did is I started to look up the foliage online. After doing some searches online, I actually found out what this tree is. So our citrus tree in question is actually a trifoliate orange, better known as a bitter orange. It's native to Japan, China, and Korea. Now here's an interesting fact. This tree, the trifoliate orange, is actually more cold hardy than the Calamondin. It actually can survive in up to negative 10 degrees. And so now here's the bad news. Unfortunately, it being known as a bitter orange means it is going to have a very bitter taste, and it's typically not used as a raw orange to be eaten. More than likely, it's going to be used as a rootstock. So if that's the case, my buddy Dwayne thought that he had bought a Calamondin. How in the heck did we get this bitter orange or this trifoliate orange? So was this just due to negligence and somebody mislabeled the orange? Or did somebody just sell my buddy a raw deal? And this is where logic is going to enter the chat. Since we know that most commercially purchased fruit trees are usually made from a process of grafting from an arborist, my thoughts is that a Calamondin was actually grafted on to this rootstock at one point in time. And what happened is the Calamondin that was on top probably didn't graft well or may have just died over completely. And then the rootstock itself, the trifoliate orange, took over. And so what happens here is I'm left with a 3-year-old trifoliate orange. An orange my kids can't eat. We have to look at the silver lining. I still have a very cold hardy citrus tree that's growing in my yard. I can still graft a mandarin orange or maybe a lemon or something else that is more palatable. Yeah, we do have a bitter orange tree, but we have an orange tree. So I'm going to start researching recipes to see what I can make with a bitter orange. I'm pretty sure that I can probably make cocktails, jellies, or even sauces. If you know of any, make sure to drop me some in the comments. So while this isn't the citrus tree that I wanted, it's a citrus tree that I got. And for that, I'm thankful. But hey, it's been fantastic talking to you guys as always. Talk to you again real soon.